Morgan came in as a gamer, literally. Having a background as a streamer, she was unafraid to play the necessary game. She utilized that experience to her advantage. Her strategic mind was on par with that of many male winners of the game, such as Dan Giesling and Derek Levasseur. Now, the only difference is that Morgan doesn't have a W. Instead, her name joins an elite list of legends who have yet to win the game as well. The closest one-to-one comparison of Morgan's defeat was that of Big Brother 17, when, like Morgan, Vanessa Rousseau was on par to take home the win, but after Steve Moses won the final he was willing to cut his close ally, knowing it would be the only way he could win. Way back during Season 3, the jury was not sequestered, and thus, they were privy to watching all the action unfold. It prevented the season's strongest player, Danielle Reyes, from falling victim to a format that would immediately change for the following season. Perhaps one of the only players to truly rival Morgan as a non-victorious comp beast is Janelle Perzina. Playing 4 times, she never won due to a bitter jury during Season 6 and only had a decent social game the other times. Morgan's strategy is one to aspire to. It was near flawless. Her defeat is a reminder that nothing is certain in the game of Big Brother. The stress got to her, and thus, her legacy ends as the best player to never win. Morgan has left the Big Brother house as one of the most fascinating players of the new era and the poster child of expect the unexpected. Big Brother 27, who was sacrificed to the mastermind, with only 1 week left in Big Brother 27, the number of houseguests is dwindling, and the endgame is in sight. Sometimes that includes turning on your allies. Who was sacrificed to the mastermind and left the Big Brother house? After Lauren Domingue left in the double eviction, the final 5 tried to make plans for who would be sitting in those final 2 chairs. Keanu Soto, Ashley Hollis, and Ava Pearl formed an unlikely trio to try and take out the power duo of Vince and Morgan. Only Vince could compete out of the 2 of them since Morgan was the outgoing HOH, so the trio's odds looked good. For the HOH competition, Vince, Keanu, Ashley, and Ava stepped into the mastermind's sanctum. They stood in their respective places and had to hold what looked like a fencing sword up to a cutout of the mastermind's face, which was against a small glass surface. If it fell, the houseguest was out of the competition. The last one standing HOH Ava was out first with only 11 minutes played. Ashley nearly reached 30 before dropping her mask. Then, it was just Keanu and Vince. Keanu told Vince that if he won HOH, he would keep him safe, and they could work together to make it to the end, but in order to do that, he would have to take out Morgan. You know you can't win against her. No one can, so now would be a good time to get her out, Keanu said. Vince contemplated it as they talked game and their personal lives. Keanu shared that he had a few more hours left in him, so Vince should just let him have it. However, as he shifted, Keanu's arm moved, and his mask fell. This made Vince the new HOH for the 4th time this season. After the competition, Vince and Morgan talked in the HOH room. He told Morgan that Keanu wants her out, and he wanted Vince to do it, which he said was crazy. Morgan said that Keanu has to go this week. Keanu didn't stop his pleas at the competition, however. He laid out the facts and told Vince that the only way he could win would be if he took out Morgan now, since she has been running most of his game. It would look great on his BB resume. Ava also told him the same thing outside in the hot tub. Both Ava and Keanu prayed for a miracle, but the wish fell on deaf ears. At the end of the episode, the houseguests re-entered the mastermind's sanctum. Everyone but Vince kneeled in front of the table in the middle of the room. 4 voodoo dolls sat on a shelf next to them. Vince had to pick the 2 voodoo dolls of the houseguests he wanted to nominate and place them on the table in front of his fellow houseguests. Brother 27 foot makes major change in its schedule. Update: Big Brother 27 is tweaking its routine as the season hits the home stretch, and viewers should be ready for a shifting schedule. With only 5 houseguests left, host Julie Chen Moonves outlined later start times, longer episodes, and a few special event swaps to steer clear of sports and fall premieres. Here are the specifics fans need to set their reminders. What's changing this week? The show's usual nights remain Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 8/7 C, but several late September airings move around. Sunday, September 21st, 2025, the Sunday broadcast slides to 10/9C due to football preemption. Wednesday, September 24th, 2025, a special eviction replaces the standard episode. Thursday, September 25th, 2025, eviction night still begins at 8/7C but runs 90 minutes. Sunday, September 28th, 2025, the finale starts at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:30 p.m. Central Time and is extended by an extra half hour. Some broadcasts no longer fit the standard 60-minute runtime. The network is stretching or shifting certain nights to avoid clashes with other major live events. Why is the network shifting times? Fall premieres and live sports routinely pressure CBS's primetime grid. As Big Brother 27 barrels toward its conclusion in late September, those conflicts intensify. That's why the series is leaning on later start times, longer episodes, and one-off specials to keep momentum high while sidestepping heavy hitters, according to Soap Central's breakdown. How to keep up without missing key moments. Double-check local listings on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Times may slide later than usual. Follow official show updates, since changes can be announced close to airtime. Expect live feed disruptions on nights with schedule tweaks or special events. These adjustments can affect when spoilers circulate and how endgame momentum builds. If you're used to the show's standard rhythm, don't assume it holds through finale night. Bottom line. Big Brother 27 is still on 3 nights a week, but late September brings a meaningful schedule shakeup, delays, longer episodes, and a later-than-usual finale time. Plan around the new times so you catch every alliance crack, veto gamble, and final vote. Big Brother 27 foot just ended with the exact kind of twist you'd expect from the hit CBS series. The motto of Big Brother is "Expect the unexpected." Never have truer words been spoken about the game than in the finale of Season 27. Going into finale night, Big Brother fans were ready to celebrate Morgan Pope as the winner of Season 27. With an exceptional resume and near unbeatable competition record, it seemed inevitable the jury would hand her the $750,000. Morgan was one victory away from making history. But then, history turned against her. After botching Part 3 of the final Ho competition, she handed Ashley Hollis the most crucial victory and the opportunity to evict her. And she did. Morgan finished in 3rd place, but she did earn a title. Some fans may debate it, but Morgan now earns the moniker of the best player to never win Big Brother. With 2 head of household and 5 power of veto wins, on top of controlling Vince Panaro's decisions nearly his entire game, Morgan's extraordinary game will be remembered for defeat because she just couldn't close out the game. Morgan played Big Brother how it's meant to be played. Morgan's journey on Big Brother was like a sandwich in terms of its structure. The top and bottom parts were exceptional, but in between, there was doom and gloom. She started out playing a very low-key game, blending in and not allowing herself to be seen as a threat. But as her allies soon became targets, she found herself in a difficult position. Then, when she was offered a lifeline to join the Judges' Alliance, composed of Vince, Ashley, Rachel Riley, and Will Williams, it gave her a new lease on life. One that she took full advantage of. Through a solid social game and competition prowess, her gameplay was like that of very few top-tier players. Many legends without a season victory have either one or the other, a plethora of competition wins, or being beloved by everybody in the house. Let's face it, respect is hard to earn in a game of backstabbing, but Morgan's ability to play honestly as a gamer afforded her the respect of the jury. It's why they were willing to hand her the win. Should she have occupied the final 2 chair next to Vince, Morgan expertly maneuvered through the game, shifting alliances when her back was against the wall and allowing her closest allies to win when she was ineligible to. Her connections were genuine. But the masterclass of emotional manipulation, meant in the best way possible, was her stronghold over Vince. While we're not here to discuss the romantic entanglement the pair found themselves in, we're here to talk about how she controlled his every strategic move. You couldn't decipher Vince from Morgan, but Morgan's moves were not Vince's, proven when she convinced him to evict his original #1 ally, Lauren Domingue. Why? Because she was a threat to her success. But once again, when the win truly counted, she couldn't close it out. This final challenge was the ninth inning of Game 7 of the World Series, and she came in as the closer who let a walk-off home run topple her exceptional season. Morgan joins an elite list of Big Brother legends.